little 60 piece. That's only the neck though.
Last night a bitch nigga shot a real nigga, but we don't make no diss records, we just deal with it. Plus I be going through a lot, I never talk about it, and they using niggas songs in court, so I can't talk about it. Rap niggas think I'm dumb, like I don't see the play. I let them think they got the ups, then get them out the way. On FaceTime, my brother telling me he shot my mama, telling me to chill, but I know he seen that nigga face. But that's enough about that part. Talking about respect, well it's a must about that part. Playing with my money, well then it's up about that part. Cause when it's time to play ball, don't give a fuck about that part. They know I'm that nigga when they see me. Her man crush been a hater and her little brother won't beat me. Her friend been on my dick since I was passing out CDs. Her baby daddy a mark and her boyfriend probably a weenie. 3,300 on my book bag. Left some niggas in the past, but I don't look back. Shit kinda different, I ain't the man that I was. I seen death in too many forms and I ain't never really shook that. Don't let him rock you to sleep, true colors better believe him. I know that God got me, but I be riding with my reaper. Praying with my kids and even then I got my heater. And I be stepping so hard, this hoes in $1,000 sneakers. Take your bitch when I meet her and you ain't seen her in about 3 days. Knew I was a threat, I passed that stick like a relay. Spin it back to back, it's like a motherfucking replay. Turn your son into a bitch when I shoot, I think I'm D-Wade. Told him I'm a savage, if I want it, I'ma have it. Playing with my lettuce, cook your head like a cabbage. Tell them that I'm rich and I'm solid, that's the advantage. Bitch, bad kids, fresh little nigga, you can't stand it. Tell them big checks, yardsticks, not a ruler. All I smoke is ops and I don't never smoke a hookah. Looking for a blessing that's worth it, Jesus and Judas. Tell them niggas game 6, my whole team full of shooters. I slide on a nigga like a motherfucking flip-flop. Pressure on your homie and I promise he a flip-flop. Talking that wooty-woo, something. I know the police listen, so I ain't really saying nothing. I know these niggas envy, they can't manage how they feel. Jealousy's for bitches, you niggas pussy for real. A nigga get the drop and he happen to shoot. First we heal up and get back, we ain't going on the shirt, I swear to God, nigga.
That wooty-woo, something. I know the police listening, so I ain't saying nothing. Talking that wooty-woo, something. Nigga, cock back and aim and leave you bleeding where you running, swear to God, nigga.
It's Ray TV.
Ray Block TV.
Let's get right to it.
Let's see if we get old 600 up in here. We at 81 people. Let's get it up to 100. Listen, broke ass nigga. You broke ass nigga. The boy Freeway Rick say you was scared to pick the phone up because you owe him some money, man.
Right.
Check this out, man.
What money you borrowing from Freeway Rick?
Check this out, man. I'm gonna keep it and
What's the deal, y'all? What's the deal, y'all? We're sure what's happening in TNN Trap News Network. Back in the same, like cracking the same here at TNN Trap News Network. It's that good news you can use. It's that good knowledge, though. You ain't finna get nobody's college, though, big dog. It's Monday morning. Early on a Monday morning, man. I'm up doing my 1-2 step like Sierra just finished boxing and some Muay Thai. Now I'm walking my dog, because that's what I do. I walk my dog. Like, comment, subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Hit all. Stay tapped in for the latest and the greatest of what we got going on here at TNN Trap News Network. News you can use, some knowledge you ain't finna get nobody's college, man. I ain't said this in a minute, but I'm saying it this morning. If you ain't brush your teeth, wash your face, you a disgusting dirtbag. Before you get up and you put that blunt from last night in your mouth, and you spark up that little last bit of that wooty band from last night, before you put that stale black and mild in your mouth, that's disgusting. Before you put that extra stale black and mild back in your mouth, yeah, go ahead and brush your teeth and wash your face, bro. Because that Hennessy that you finna sip on, yeah, that Hennessy from last night, that's all now syrup because the Coca-Cola at the bottom and got flat, and now you got some watery, wooty bam in it. Yeah, don't drink that. Don't drink that. Matter of fact, pour that out. And let's get into this content. Without no further ado, don'ts, man. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Hit all. Stay tapped in for the latest and the greatest. Everything we have going on here at TNN Trap News Network. News you can use. Knowledge you ain't finna get nobody's college. Let's get into it. Let's go.
I'm gonna keep it real. When I first started boxing, I was meeting a lot of people, who was interested in boxing. Freeway Rick was one of the first person I met, and he was trying to get his foot wet in the boxing game. He was trying to get some boxers, sign some fighters, and whoop. So my white boy Jerry Rosenberg, hey, Freeway Rick. I heard him when I never met him. Well, yeah, he's trying to get a boxing game. He might have a couple dollars. I don't know what he got left, but he might be able to get behind you on something. I'm like, well, shit, whatever. So he called him to the gym. I took pictures with him and all that. And we hollered a little bit, told him what my plan was, what I was doing. He was like, all right, he might be able to help me. He like, how much the fight? I said, the fights cost like $1,000, bro. Plus expenses. So, this one, mind you.
Now, what you mean the fights cost $1,000?
So, I'm being my own promoter. So I gotta find an opponent. I gotta find somebody to come fight me.
That means he got to find somebody that he can pay to lose, because if he's his own promoter, that means that he takes full control over the winning and the losing, basically.
You know what I mean? If I pay in America, I might be paying $5,000. But if I go to Mexico, I might be able to find an opponent for $1,000. So, you know, he like, all right.
Go to Mexico and I can pay somebody to lose.
I get behind you on a couple of them. Man, I've been trying to tell Big U to come with me to Mexico forever. I'm like, bro, let's go to Mexico. You know what I'm saying? It's cool. I'll be out there fighting. Woo, woo, woo. He finally said, let's roll. Bam. I forgot I was supposed to go holler at Freeway. I'm like, you mess with Freeway? He like, yeah, I know what's up with him. I said, I'm about to pick up this bread from him. He gonna help me out a little bit. He like, he just give you the money? I'm like, I mean, you know, he gonna help me out. You know what I'm saying? I pay him back and get a big fight. He like, man, that nigga's a rat, man. You know what I'm saying? He's like, but if he gives out the money,
you told him he was a rat.
But I already knew he was a rat. The big homie from 9-0 already told me before Freeway even got out. Like, hey, man, that nigga's a rat, bro. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no...
So Freeway, wait. Your homie already told you that he was a rat before he got out, but yet you decided to still deal with him? Not Mr. Snitcher for Love Boys. Not Snitcher for Love Boys. Not Mr. I Hate Rats himself. Not Snitcher for Mr. I Run an extermination company. No. That can't be the Snitcher. That can't be the Snitcher. Come on. That can't be the Snitcher.
Justified snitching? Yeah, he told us the police when that's ain't justified. He get out right now and walk right past me. I said, okay. I never really cared about it. He was all over the news, big case, LA shit going on, you feel me? It was a rap. I mean, the real Rick Ross, the rapper, he made a song about it. So he testified on 30.
So now you saying that the real Rick Ross is a rapper. But that don't make no sense, because Wack was just saying how him and Loose Canny ran down on the real Rick Ross and they robbed him and Meek Mill. So it's a lot going on.
47 people, but the whole song. But everybody knew about it. But I'm just checking, make sure I'm straight before I go do business with this dude in the boxing world. I asked the other big homie, I'm like, hey, what's up with Freeway, bro? You feel me? They like, and you know, he a rap, but is it cool? He's like, nah, man, you straight. He was like, man, the police beat us.
I guess he's thinking, is he buffering?
Is it cool? He's like, nah, man, you straight. He was like, man, the police beat us up, lie on us, put us in jail, kill us, do all type of stuff. Sometimes I should only get back on them type of motherfuckers. I'm like, okay. Whatever. I'm just hearing it because I'm still like listening to some G homies what they be saying. That's just different point of views people are saying. You feel me?
Yeah, now my point of view was, I never tripped that he told on the police.
Right.
Always defending him. So last week on Vlad, he FaceTimed me.
Yeah.
Because when I was on prior, Vlad asked me, I said, well, you know, I got a different perspective now because he ain't just telling the police.
Is it snitching if you snitch on the police? Does that still count as snitching? Because technically y'all say snitching is snitching. So you telling the police is a snitching? Because, you know, apparently only the internet can tell you where snitches and real ones are, because, you know, they're not actually in the field. Apparently all the real ones are on the internet. So let's see how this goes.
He told on the connect, right? So Vlad like, what? And I'm like, yeah, he told on the connect. We was running the room and somebody brought the paperwork, right? So, you know, we really wasn't tripping Freeway, but
You running a room and somebody random on Clubhouse brought the paperwork, got it.
Freeway called me out to this and said, Wack, you supposed to be an exposer. If y'all say you're going to get the paperwork, you got to go get it and read it.
Wack is lying. Freeway Rick Ross never called him and had that conversation. That is just a blatant lie. That is a blatant lie.
Right?
Weren't we in a room a long time ago, like a year ago, and some dude gave us the work?
Some dude gave us the work and we danced around it.
We played around it because I'm like, man, Freeway, my guy.
I read it because I'm arguing. I'm like, nah, you talking about the police? Like, nah, read this. The police. So I'm like, I sent it. Baby, can I use your phone real quick? So I'm going to read it, and then I'm going to later go to the Honey Show Instagram, and I'm going to put the link up in the story so y'all can see what I'm reading.
He's an old man. Yeah, so I'm gonna go to the Honey Instagram, and then I'm going to hit copy. I'm gonna hold my finger down on the screen till I highlight, then I'm gonna hit copy, and then I'm gonna hit paste onto the Instagram. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. That's my $1 million plan right there. That's my $1 million plan right there. I'm gonna hit copy, and then I'm gonna hit paste, and I'm gonna hit it to the Instagram. Yeah, that's how I'm gonna get them. Instagram. I'm gonna get them on the old Instagram, the old IG. I got them.
This from R&B. R&B.
R&B. Never forget R&B.
It's definitely public.
R&B.
You sent me the actual link too.
Yeah. Can I use your phone real quick? You out?
CIA. Concert crack.
Wack and R&B house so small, he in the kitchen talking to her in the bathroom, and they close as hell. Wack and R&B house so small, she in the bathroom, he in the kitchen. It sound like they standing next to each other.
Cocaine controversy.
Hold on. Let me go ahead on and get this phone. Hold on.
So that was a little bit about my story, how I first met him.
She taking a shower and he making eggs, all in the same room.
And I'm doing my background on him the whole time, you know what I'm saying? And some people say he might be all right to roll with, but some people like, hey bro, ain't no justified snitch, you know what I'm saying? So, so as far as the money come in, he do look out for me. You got the work?
Okay, here it is. I'm reading it. And I'm going to put this up on the Hunter Show IG in the story.
It's crazy how he can figure out everybody paperwork but his case in Texas and Snitch Hunter case in Blythe. So y'all can figure out everybody paperwork but your own, huh? All right, cool.
Part 3, the defense case. In the defense case, Ross' attorney called Los Angeles Assistant U.S. Attorney Michael Emmerich, the prosecutor in the Big Splendor trial, and elicited testimony about the nature of the case, the extent of Ross' cooperation. Ross' defense, however, focused on the claim of entrapment. Dr. Melvin Book, Ross' former, testified that Ross had complained
His former tennis coach as well.
that someone was harassing him to do a drug deal despite Ross' protest that he was no longer involved in the drug trade. And he had gone straight. James Galapia, a Los Angeles probation officer who had worked with Ross on anti-gang projects, testified that Ross was addicted to the drug business and very vulnerable after his release from jail. Ross' girlfriend, Marilyn Stubblefield, testified that Blandone and his wife had made frequent calls to Ross. Now that's his other people. Now, Ross testified on his own behalf and told of his history in the drug trade. He testified that his business had grown rapidly once Blandone began to supply him cocaine at a lower price. Ross said that he and Blandone became friends as Blandone taught him about the drug trade. Ross testified that he tried to get out of the drug business after his run-in with corrupt officers in Los Angeles, but Blandone kept trying to pull him back in. Ross said that he always did what Blandone wanted him to do because he was Danilo, you know. He was like my guy, my number one person. I wanted to be Danilo. Ross testified that Blandone was still involved in the drug trade after he moved back to Miami, and that both Ross and his partner Ali Newell negotiated drug deals with Blandone there. Ross testified that even after he moved to Cincinnati, this is what Ohio kick in, to get out of the drug business, Blandone kept pulling him back in. After Ross moved back to Los Angeles from Cincinnati, he tried to stay away from drugs and follow his dream of working on a performance theater for youth and his neighborhood, but instead found himself arrested on Ohio charges. Ross said that when he was released from prison in Texas, he was working as a garbage hauler, trying to earn money to pursue his dream of organizing a community theater. But Blandone contacted him and asked him to call Blandone collect in Nicaragua from a payphone. When Ross called, Blandone told him that Tony had stolen money from Blandone, that Blandone needed Ross to help to earn money back. Ross testified that he repeatedly told Blandone he did not want to be involved in drugs, but he nevertheless maintained contact with Blandone because he wanted to sell Blandone a car. Ross said that he asked about the price of drugs in the tape recording conversation because it was, although he had no desire or ability to conduct a drug transaction. Ross testified that he was in the palm of Blandone's hand. I was like his puppet. He could pick me up, he could tell me to do almost anything, and I would have done it for him. Ross said that Blandone had asked Ross to kill someone for him before, but Ross had refused because he had a strong feeling about killing people. Ross stated that he had not participated in a negotiation between Chris and Blandone, but had merely been present. Finally, Ross testified he had agreed to do the drug deal with Blandone because Leroy Brown was lending Ross money for his community theater, and he had promised to forgive the loan if Ross introduced him to Blandone. Ross testified that he had never intended to engage in drug dealing until Blandone started calling him. Nigga, that's telling.
Yeah, you can't.
Yeah, you should know all about it. If you don't know nothing else, you know what a snitch is.
No way around that. You know what I mean? Like that's clear black and white. No negotiation, no excuses, no nothing. Dude's a rat. It is what it is. See, I never actually read that. I seen the other one when he testified on the police.
Yeah. And remember I told him, I said, bro, we was running the room, a dude came in there. We immediately thought he was talking about the police.
Right.
We all saw that. He like, nah. I said, bro, you don't know what you're talking about. He said, I'm gonna send him. I started reading it. And I remembered Ohio.
That's what I remember, Ohio, yeah. Because I was like,
remembered Ohio.
Yeah.
But even after the fact, we let it, usually we go to dig it. Right? But we let it go because it was him.
Right.
So, Freeway, come on, man. Come on. You just went on Vlad. Now, Vlad got to run this. Vlad might be about that time again. Vlad has to run this. Why didn't you just, maneuver around that question with him? 600. If it's a big old ugly broad that you dealt with, and I done
like the big old ugly broad he dealt with.
Nowhere somebody say,
It's funny. I know a big old ugly broad he dealt with. Never mind.
oh, I know about Caroline, and that's her. You not gonna challenge them to that? He you on there nigga, all I fuck with is bad bitches. Right. What about Caroline? Oh man, I was just an old friend of mine. You ain't gonna say what Caroline? Cause
Right.
I really was fucking with
man. You know what's crazy? That day we talked on the phone. When I didn't answer my phone, I was training somebody, and I got done. We all got on the phone.
You ain't training nobody. You ain't training nobody. We didn't all seen you get your feet whooped. You ain't training not a nobody.
And when we mentioned it, he never denied it. That right there was like, whoa. See, when nigga wanted to defend his name, when nigga brought up the Ohio paperwork, he didn't defend it. He was just like, where you get it from, remember? So right there, I'm like, oh, he not even saying he never told or made no other statements outside the police stuff. He just want to know where we got it from. He ain't saying, I ain't never told nobody, bro. That ain't me. Where y'all get that nigga? That's a lie. He ain't say none of that. All he said was, who said that? You remember? And we was trying to figure out the dude name who gave us the work in that room that day. But I'm glad you got it.
Yeah, I mean, look, we wasn't even thinking about it.
Right.
All y'all, you exposers is converting to you been exposed. We still here. The team
sure.
Prince, Ghost, and Lavish, me and 600, we still here.
Facts.
But
Facts. We still here. The less of what's left of the busters. Busters. You know, cause Wack, that's my daddy. You know, cause I'm a grown man, and I follow my daddy Wack, the Wack daddy, the daddy Wack. Busters. Busters.
we moving into a marketing and promoting company, bro. Yo, Freeway, you did this to yourself. We didn't. You did this, bro. This wasn't on us.
Yeah, I don't know why he went on there and told me I'm answering the phone because I owe him some money. Like, bro, like, we get our phone, we answer, we can't. We nigga might be doing stuff. We get back to him. I definitely called him right back. He was the first person. I didn't
How
call
much
you back.
money you think you owe him?
Bro, it's $800.
Oh, he talking like it was a bag.
I just told you how much the fight cost. Once Big E said don't give that nigga back nothing, he's a rat. We bust that down. I gave Big E 400, I kept 400. We went to the strip.
Wow, you let so you got 800 out of somebody, and was made to give up 4. So yeah, Big, you said don't give me nothing, so I gave him half. Nigga, you mean to tell me, as a grown man, you are giving $800, and another grown man forced you to, yeah, another grown man forces you to give him his half.
Big E said he trying to get some wood from the little big Latino with the big titties. He came and asked me for two more. I said, damn, nigga, let's get.
Yeah, that's fine.
Name?
Oh, that could be the property manager.
Oh, okay.
400. He's like, man, give me 2 more hundred for these. I got 2 of them. So I gave Big E 2 more hundred.
Okay.
In the strip club.
This what he
strip
got.
club in Mexico. In the strip club, they got
this
the
when
room.
he came back, and we had to send him to the private clinic where
Right.
he got hurt.
That was
Oh, so I
about
didn't
7
know
years ago now.
He
No, unit number 4A is in the next office space across the street.
said he called it in Mexico. I'm like, nigga, you ain't been in no Mexico.
I sent you the picture. We all went. Listen, we stopped at Freeway House that morning. We shot out there. Went to the weigh-in. Big E hopped on the scale to the weigh-in. You feel me? Because you know you got the weigh-in is the day before the fight. So that Friday night, the fight is Saturday night.
It's your boy right here. I'm gone.
So that Friday night when we all went out, did we do?
It's me.
Players,
You know, I went to jail. Leaving the
Players
fight.
Wim, hold on. Players Wim said, Paru and the Crip talking. Bro, you gotta be from out of town.
He's my town.
You gotta be from out of town, because it ain't no Pirus or a Crip on this call. It's 600 in Wack. Where you see a Piru or a Crip at?
Gotta be, bro. Do you not understand? Crips and Bloods make music, make money, travel, do business. Nigga, look at the whole death row. Some of y'all, either y'all was born in 2010 or you just a L7 for real. Gotta be.
No, they watched the 80s and 90s movies.
Oh,
A lot of our people watch all the 1980s and 90s movies.
is that what it is?
Believe it or not, when I leave LA, still to this day, they still think we doing what we doing 30 years ago in LA. They still think it's like that. With all the technology, social media, people knowing, they still think we maneuvering in LA.
So they
like
still
Minister
think Boys
Society,
in the Hood is going on.
Colors, and Boys in the Hood.
Yeah, well, keep watching. Keep watching, and we gonna keep watching. We doing what we doing. Six, I'll see you back in Vegas.
So y'all see the Flu Flammery, Skullduggery, and Larceny, man. We up out of to the next one. Y'all know the deal, though. Red dots to the left. Y'all know the rest. Free Avenue Angel tweets free. We got